You mentioned him just a few seconds ago, Terence Bud Crawford. Obviously, I mean, I know you mentioned your voice being hoarse, bro. My voice is a little bit hoarse from, shouting and screaming. What a great fight. What a great event. What a great performance. Have you had a chance? Now, I know that's your brother. I know you guys are close. You were there, in camp with him. You were there for every step of the way. Have you had a chance yet to let it kind of sink in for you, just like what you witnessed the other night?
Yeah, because I done went back and watched the fight.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can you hear me? I think your audio is kind of messed up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Get me now?
Okay. Yep, you're good.
I went back and I watched the fight like 1,000 times already. So
Damn.
honestly, yeah, it kind of like set in, but um, I think that was just like one of the best performances I ever seen, like in boxing history, especially like with the magnitude of that fight. Like when you see them type of like fights where they call 50-50, you don't see like a one-sided domination. And I think like on that night, I think Bud was just tremendous. I think like the cream always rises to the top. And you put certain people in certain situations, like somebody like Bud, and you throw all these things at him, you say all these bad things about him, and you say, oh, he's not this and he's not that. And I feel like he take it as fuel. He let the fuel burn inside of him, and then on that day he's gonna shine. And I feel like in his biggest moment, I feel like he came through and he shined the brightest.
That's pretty interesting. You said that. I think that's another trait of great fighters, how they take that negativity and turn it into fuel for the fire. I know Floyd was like that too. But having said that, I mean, you were in camp with them. Obviously
Yeah.
yeah, camp was
Yeah.
crazy.
Nah, it's crazy because like how you just said that,
Mm,
I heard so many bad things about like me sparring him. They say I done like read so many comments. I done heard from other people. They like, why would he be sparring somebody my size for that fight?
mm,
That's what I heard like over and over. Like, why is he in the ring when Errol is a big guy? And honestly, I feel like with my work, I feel like with my brother, I feel like my work helped him a lot just because of the fact that I got like speed, ring IQ, and honestly, I'm able to like make him think a lot more than like somebody being bigger than him and slower than him. So I don't know. It's just so much. Like I done heard so much stuff, and now like for the fight to be over, I'm happy and I'm so happy to just say what it is now. Like now I don't hear nobody. I don't hear nobody talking no more. Everybody quiet. You don't hear nothing. It's like everybody is mad at the fact that Bud Crawford did what he's supposed to do.
mm.
And hey, man, I don't know. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm so happy to be a part of it. That's all.
Bro, listen, I was happy to cover it. I was happy to be here to witness it. It was just one of those performances that, you're always going to remember. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's actually kind of weird that people were hating on you. I mean, it kind of makes sense that you would be sparring, and boxing is all about, IQ, like what you do inside the ring. It's
High
not just
level,
about
high, high level chess.
right.
Honestly, for real. Like I keep sparring in the gym, but like this was the best sparring camp like me and Bud had. I feel like, as far as like the high level of like the IQ and just like the high skill level sparring, like where it's like it's just very high. I don't even want to go into detail.
Yeah.
It's just I think like this was the best camp we done had together as far as like when it comes to sparring. Just because of the fact that both of us is like trying to up the level as
Mm-hmm.
high as we can go. So
Well, I mean, like I said, you were in camp with them, so you kind of saw how everything was playing out. A lot of people were making predictions. I know they were talking about it being a 50-50 fight and everything, but you were probably one of the only people. I know there were a couple out there, but very few people were willing to go out on a ledge and say, nah, Bud's gonna stop him, and which would sound crazy because everyone was looking at him as the smaller guy, Spence is the bigger dude, but you said it with conviction, like, nah, he gonna stop him.
that's because I've been around Bud.
Mm,
I've been around, but I know how great he is. I know there's nobody in boxing that I've seen personally. Now I done been to a lot of training camps. I done been to in a lot of gyms and seen a lot of different fighters. I have never seen nobody who worked harder than Terence Bud Crawford.
mm,
I've never
mm.
seen not one person that I know works harder than Terence Crawford. Impossible. I never seen it. Like it's insane how hard he works, how hard he trains, and just like with this fight, I seen the work. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew how it was gonna happen.
I
It
was
happened exactly how it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say. I mean, obviously, hard work is very, very important. But I was gonna say there had to be more than just the hard work. I mean, you got a firsthand look at what was going down, and obviously, I'm sure as a fighter yourself, I'm sure you probably looked at some things that Spence did and everything, and just felt like, yeah, you know, I might be able to take advantage of this, take advantage of that. The way that the fight played out, did it still surprise you about like how dominant he was in it?
Yeah, it did surprise me how bad it was.
Mm.
But you know something? This is what I say, because I told you I don't speak on sparring, but I will say this. While we was sparring, I tried to like emulate Errol's style. Like I tried to put the high guard up and emulate Errol's style.
Mm-hmm.
And Bud caught me with like two good shots. And I said right then and there, I told him like, yeah, I'm Shakur Stevenson. Don't go back to my style, bro. I kind of knew, I kind of knew with that style, it was gonna be hard for him to deal with Bud. Like just
Mm.
being in front of Bud Crawford and trying to put a pressure on him, it's hard because he got amazing boxing skills and he's strong and he's physical. So he told y'all before the fight. He literally said I'm better than him in every aspect. He said I do everything better than him, and I mean he proved it.
Yo, so tell me what, like, when you actually saw the fight go down, like, what was the most impressive? When I was watching it, I think the thing that really stood out to me that I think kind of flew under the radar for some people was Bud's body punching. Like he hit that body with some shots. I was like, oh my God. Like they were vicious. They were really, really vicious in there. When you watched the fight, like what was it that kind of really stood out to you that said, yo, like this dude is that dude?
His jab. I think
Yeah.
his jab. Like if you go watch the fight, round one, soon as he came out, the first thing he threw was a jab. He threw his
Crisp.
jab. And he touched Earl,
Mm.
and I think his jab kind of established the distance, and it kind of set everything else up. And then to add on to that, the feet work too. I think the feet work was Earl couldn't find him. Like he wasn't standing in front of Earl where Earl could find him. Every time Earl cut the distance and got close, Terence Crawford to move back a little, just enough to land his shots in. I think his feet work was tremendous and his jab was tremendous.
Yeah, that footwork was nasty. You're right about that. Like he was just the slightest of movements, and then he was in position. He was out of position. I was like, yo, this is
The distance,
yeah.
distance. That's what like I sparring.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. Where it was like, yeah, like both of us understand distance, so it's like it became like so like I'll tell you this: when I was sparring him,
Mm-hmm.
my brain was hurting.
From
If that
thinking
makes
so
sense.
much. From
Yeah,
thinking so
because you
yeah, the
thinking
mental stress.
constantly in the ring with somebody whose IQ level is literally just as high as yours. So
Mhm.
like my brain was hurting with him, man. Man, Bud Crawford is one of the greatest boxers ever. I don't care what nobody say.